this outside panel comes out pretty easy. You just got to get under it and lever it up, and it's just got some plastic clips in it. But then you'll wonder why this doesn't come out, but there's a T25 Torx screw in there. Get that out, then this should drop down. This just unclips from up here. There's a clip here, so you can pull it out from here, and there's two tough clips on this side that you've got to sort of reef down pretty hard on to get out. Now we've got a bit of access here. There's also an electronic connection here, which isn't used for anything. It just sits in this little holder here. We can disconnect that. Maybe it's for an overseas model. And then we can wiggle this all the way out and get it out of our way. Okay, after a bit of effort, we've managed to get this side cover off. This whole cover, big huge cover that goes up the side here. But to get it off, it's not that simple. Yes, you've got to take the little gear shifter cover off. There's also a couple of bolts in there. There's some 6mm bolts you've got to pull out, then that will all come off. The clips all clip out, they're pretty tight. Then you can remove this little section, or well, not quite remove, but just pull this section up with a fair bit of force, but it'll unclip. Then you can get your fingers under the side, or use one of these tools. A pile of different tools. The plastic ones are better than metal screwdrivers. And then you can pry the side off, and then you can pull all the clips out of it, and there's a couple of tags that go in this way, so you've got to pull them out, and then finally have access to what we actually want to do, which is these leaking hoses and O-rings. That's the next thing. This is the genuine Ford product for the O-rings. Now that's the part number there. I had to get these ones from Europe. I think they're made in France, as it says on the label. Anyway, they took a little while to get here, but they fit, they go in, and they don't leak. Definitely what you need. Okay, after a lot of struggling and stuffing around under this dashboard, without a lot of room, upside down, we have put the seals back in and put the plastic clamps back on. With the new Ford seals, or the appropriate seals, the pipes push together pretty easy. I did try some generic seals, which were a bit too fat and were just absolutely impossible to push together. So I had to wait a while to get the original genuine Ford seals, but they just push straight in. And the clamps go around really simply, click them back together, and that's basically it. I filled up the cooling system, run the car for about 15 minutes, got it hot, got it nice and warm, turned the heater on, seems to be running fine. Now we're just checking for leaks. We're going to let it sit for a little while and make sure it doesn't leak, but so far so good. Looks successful. I'll let you know. Alright, we've pulled these pipes apart, pulled the O-rings out of them, or what's left of them. They were pretty stuffed. We've cleaned up the surfaces, made sure we've got all the bits of O-ring out. Yeah, they were really deteriorated. These pipes weren't that hard to get out. You can actually just pull them apart. If you go into the engine bay and give them a little wiggle from the other end, they come out pretty easy. Maybe it's because these O-rings were absolutely knackered. If you have a look, here's one of the O-rings here, or what's left of it. Yeah, looks good. Alright, so we've cleaned everything up, made sure there's nothing left. We've taken all the debris out of the all the leftover O-ring rubber around the sealing surfaces, so we'll endeavour to put it back together and test it. That's the next challenge.